Hello there, and welcome to another episode of my Car Mechanic 2021 series. Uh, Starting the long awaited Pagani luxury car DLC, and we are starting off with the Pagani Huayra Tempesta. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. This one's in reasonably good shape, 60-70% part condition, so it's not like in the worst shape, but needs some love, but it looks like for the most part it's pretty much part complete. So this one's going to be, we're going to take it apart, fix up what we can, place what we can't, the typical stuff. Uh, so we're just going to start with taking all the body panels off. Kind of work our way around here. Take your window. Come on off. There you go. Okay, so there are these little tiny body windows we gotta watch out for. Okay, so I think should have brought body parts down to 3. So we I thought I grabbed that. Oh, nope. Body parts 1%. So yeah, I think that's everybody. I think. Double check. What is that little? That's an interesting thing with the seats there. Like a little. I don't think that's a cup holder. That'd be kind of a weird spot for a cup holder, wouldn't you think? Okay, so anyway, let's that's can't take the air intake off. That little piece there looks like it's maybe part of the body. So I think we got everything. Man, there ain't much to it when you take all the dang parts off, huh? Oh, anyway. Let's see what we can fix up here. I'm surprised you could fix windows. That's okay. Sure. Whatever. Alright, so sort by condition. Anything that's okay, the license plate can get, can heck off there. Right, so everything's 100% to the right here, so sell all the stuff that's not perfect condition here. Okay, just checking on some stuff there. There we go. Right. Here, bodywork. We're working on the Tempesta. Yes, we are. Grab a few things here. Interesting looking taillights on this thing. Oh, come on. Right. Let's get everything back on there. Everything's going back together nicely. We're going to change the color. Sorry, I know people buy these cars typically to, well, how can I put this in a work-friendly way here? To show off. How about that? They want these cars to have nice, loud paint jobs. If I were to own something like this, and believe me, somebody would probably have to give it to me. I wouldn't buy it myself. But, that being said, would I drive it? Maybe. Somebody gave one to me. But, it is a nice looking car. Custom plate. Go. Buy one, because there isn't, I don't even think there is a spot for one up front. Okay, so what'd that put us at? 100% for body. Okay, we didn't do the frame yet, have we? Usually we do that first, but... Ooh, gracious. $3,000, almost $3,000 to fix the frame on this thing. Alright, let's put you back. Okay, so that got 2 parts of it. Up to 100%. Let's get the interior taken care of here. Oh, it's got paddle shifters. Ooh, how fancy. I always thought it was weird how some cars have those little side tanks like that instead of just a standard gas tank, but eh. Okay. Actually, let's see if we can fix those. Nope. Definitely not. Okay. Okay, going into the interior shop. Brand spanking new fancy steering wheel. 2, assuming those are leather. Come on, let me in. Interior's 91%. Did we not clean the interior on this damn thing? Or did we just forget something? Okay, yeah, we must have just forgot to clean it. Whatever. Alright. So, let's get this off to paint. Get something a little more pleasing to look at here. Okay, one with a metallic. That doesn't look half bad on there, but we're going to change things up here. So, I'm listening. Okay, so you match that up with some liveries. What do we got? Maybe. Okay, so it's basically the Italian flag striped down the middle. Alright, that'll do. Right. Back to Bay 1. Yeah. I'm digging it. Still looks like an overpriced, expensive car, but it's going to be a really pretty one. Alright, so... I should take care of the wheels before I do much else. Your tire size is looking like, of course you're using 2 different sizes. Well, we hit our first rusty bolt. Okay. I sound like I'm ragging on this car, but actually, it's like I said, it's not a bad looking little car. It's just, call me broken, call me old school, but I like my American muscle cars. Yeah, this one's gonna, I don't imagine we're gonna have too much trouble with this car. That's some fat tires on this thing. These rims, we're going to easily be able to recover them, or fix them up. Like I said, I don't think there's a thing on this car that's, besides the consumables, that are going to give us too much trouble, unless there's some surprises in the engine, or suspension. Yeah. Yeah. I think we're going to do just fine on this car. It's the next car that might give us a little bit more trouble. Maybe. Okay, so the rims are all squared away. Okay. We're going to keep those tires. We're going to buy new ones, actually. Go here. Tire shop. Okay. They're all... They put slicks on this thing? Ew. This thing's half the muscle car I think it is. Ew. That's what they want. That's what they get. Let's see. 255/30. Make sure 255/30 R20, 255/30 R20. Okay. Those are good. Now we just need the other one. I always do the separate like that. That way I can just double check, make sure everything looks right before we start slapping this stuff together. So in that, which is the same type of tire but different size, 345/25. Okay. Double check. 345/25 R21. Okay. Right. Let's get the new tires put together. Get them on the rims. We'll get them balanced, and we'll put them back on the car for now. When we do the suspension, we'll just pop 2 off at a time and go from there. Okay. We're using this car more of as a learning tool. It's the first of the Pagani cars that I've worked on. So, we're using this car that's already in good shape. well, decent shape. As a practice for the other two, basically. Didn't intend it for it to be that way, but that's pretty much how it's going to go. We may have a head scratcher or two on this one, so yeah. Or it could go smoothly, one of the two. Oh God, these look like frickin' drag car tires. You know, like those little, those ones you see at the, like the, yeah, you know which ones I'm talking about. The ones that have like the stupidly powerful engines and the tires that are like almost as big as ones you expect on a tractor, but well, in this case there's like no tread on them. They're basically just gigantic like clown tires. They're built for one thing, trying to transfer as much power from the engine onto the road as possible in the shortest amount of time. Okay. We are going to put big fat tires in the back here. That's where these originally came from. Here we get this right here. Match this stuff up good and proper. Okay, there's the other 345. Right. So front. Get on there. Thank you. And number 4. Okay, this thing better freaking fly when we get done. Right on. Alright. It's there, everybody. Tires look great. Paint job looks awesome. I'm not even going to look at the final numbers until we get done. We're still sitting at about 68%, so that's not too bad. Only got 30,000 miles on it. That's not bad either. At least it hasn't been driven like a stolen rental car. But we do need to figure out how we're gonna... I might as well go ahead and drain the fluids because we're gonna end up replacing most of this stuff anyway. But it looks like we've got everything but the engine in terms of fluids up here. Kind of smart. Oh, we want to drain it, not fill it. I swear it's not mine, Basil. Okay. The drain pump looks a little bit like something out of Austin Powers, and you know various enhancement devices. I'll just leave it at that. Yes, I've seen too many movies. Yes, I've seen another Austin Powers film. I saw it when it came out in the movie. Saw it in the theater when it came out. Y'all are all empty. That means basically just go back here. We're gonna... Wait, where's your power steering? Saw it earlier. Oh, there you are. I'm like, we're missing one. There you are. Okay. Get you in the air. And we're going to get your oil. And get over to Bay 1. Oh, the oil's in good shape. Of course, if you can afford the car, you can afford the maintenance bill. That's how it should go. Okay, so now we need to figure out what else needs to come off. So the tires are going to have to come off because of the drive shafts and the sideways gearbox. Alright, so back off you come. Right. Gear shaft. The other tire, and we'll do the same thing on this side. What are you... What's your major malfunction? Oh, right. If you come, your exhaust system's gonna have to be next. Wait, hang on. Accessible from engine bay, you say? Okay then. Come on, mouse. Man, wheels are missing from car. No shit. I meant to head up, not down. Right. Mouse glitched out there. Thought I was working on one car, and it turned out I was working on the other. Alright, let's get back in here. I am in the engine bay here, Chief. Take the clamshell clearing off. Hello? Are we not on speaking terms here? I mean, what the Sure. Okay. Well, that's interesting. It literally only lets you grab it from a certain angle, even though you're in the bloody engine compartment. Right. Good to know. Alright, since we got all this crap off here, we might as well see if we could fix a few of these. I'm not going to fix the exhaust because there's literally no point. We can't fix it anyway. Okay, so just gonna have to order that special anyway. Let's go ahead and do that so that way we already have it. Oh, we don't need the tires on there anymore. Wow, 6% improvement. Damn, okay. A $3,000 piece of precision metal. Yeah, but the labor's at least twice that. Look at this little bougie thing. Carbon fiber air intakes? Okay. Ooh, she's a V12 and everything. Gold plated. Well, for that kind of the money that these cars fetch in real life, I'm not a bit surprised. Oh, those are the intercooler covers. Never mind. I thought those were whatever they're called. They're coming off. Oh. Let's say, what the fuck? That's a fuel rail. That's an odd looking intake manifold. Not saying it's bad, just, you know, looks different. Trying to keep an open mind about this. Holy bejeebus, look at this. Six cylinders on each side, 2 spark plugs per. Look at that little number. Good lord. I would love to see how many work hours went into developing this engine. Probably a lot. Of course, I would love to be able to ride in one of these too. Not gonna lie. That is a massive coil pack on there. Although if that's all one big unit in real life, man, that's gonna be a bitch to replace. Especially if you only got like part of it acting up. But then again, like I said, if you can afford the car, you can probably afford to have that replaced without too much thought there. Come on. Get up there. That's off there. Good, timing covers are easy to get to. Get all this shit off here too. Okay, belt tensioner. Let's lose the belt. I bet you this thing probably screams down the road. Yeah, that's off there. Get the sundry items off here. Oh. Go. Let you this timing cover off, then we could probably start messing with the timing chains. Or chain. Good lord, that's a massive chain. Okay, what is holding you in? Timing gear. Pick. Okay, got that. I'm gonna get the others. Cam gear. Crankshaft ain't coming out till much later. Right, free the cam. Only 4 bolts holding that on. Wow. Okay. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll need 10 of those, it looks like, to hold this, or to install the new one. Get her on her side here. Start taking apart the internals here. Right. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 5 of those when we get the crankshaft bearing caps here. So yeah, this one was an auction find, and hence I paid way more than I should have probably for this. But, you know, it was still worth getting because the RNG on trying to find all three of these cars in bad condition, let alone in the junkyard, was pretty slim. I think this was like a 3-star at the auction, which generally means it's not in terrible shape, but needs some work. Okay, give me that crankshaft. Right. That was actually not too bad. Okay, we're only going to fix a couple of things, and that's the crankshaft and the engine block. Rest of it's going to be all new parts. This is typically how we do the restorations. It takes a little bit longer doing it this way, but cool. Righty, let's get... Yep. So anything that's not 100% basically. Alright. Ready to put this monster back together. Let's get started. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crankshaft bearings. We're going to need 12 pistons. Flywheel, oil filter, steering pump, alternator, and fuel filter. That's gonna be it on the first round. Find out what else we can get here. That's a standard part. That's a performance part. We need that. Flywheel, performance part. Oh, come on. Click on the right thing, John. There we go. Fuel filter. Alternator. And steering pump. Now, question becomes, what kind of... Oh, I don't think there's a special piston ring for this. I think it just uses the generics, but we'll try the generic first. And if that doesn't work, we'll guess. We're going to guess anyway, but anyway. So, rings. Yeah, because there's only the V8s and then there's the standard. I bet you it takes the standard. Okay, 5 crankshaft bearing caps. And a bright pink oil filter. Nothing wrong with that at all. They come in all shapes and sizes just like people. Come on, get on there. Okay, let's see if this will... how well this will go together. Okay, so it does just take the generic one. Good. I was hoping it did. Get in there. Okay. Yep, that's everything. Do the next round. Okay, got the rod caps and the clutch plate. Engine head B, engine head A. Oh, that's it? Okay. Alright. Onward and upward. Okay. Some of these are performance parts. Let's go over here. Grab that. Nope, not the rod caps. Engine heads, thank you. 7%. Dang. Man, those things cost about as much as an engine for one of my cars. That's expensive. Okay, so we need 12 rod caps. Boom. Let's get the rod caps on first. That on there while we've got ourselves down at this end of the engine. Right, making good progress. And again, if I, am mispronouncing the names of these cars or the brand name even, just bear with me. I'm just your average, dumbass American when it comes to foreign car brand names. I butcher it, it's not intentional, let's put it that way. Just a bit of a heads up there. Okay, so we got a bunch of stuff we can put on now. Right. Pressure plate, oil pan, turbocharger, both turbochargers, and the first of the that camshaft, the other camshaft, intake manifold. We're gonna need 24, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That's a lot of spark plugs, man. Okay. Let's go buy some parts. Get our precious pressure plate. Yep. 2 turbochargers. Let's see, 2 camshafts. Ain't nothing cheap for this car. 24 spark plugs. Intake manifold. Rest of it's standard parts. Okay, let's get that oil pan on first so we can write the engine. Actually, hang on. Let's get the pressure plate on there too. Right. Also put that on while we're here. Okay. That first camshaft put on. No, it's probably not literally gold plated, it's probably painted, but still. Looks expensive. Right. Let's get the rest of these spark plugs in, shall we? Alright. Well, that's in. Look at the release bearing. Yep, looks like we got everything. Let's see. We need... we need 10 of these, 10 camshaft caps. Throttle, wheel rail, couple of cam gears. I think that's it for this round. Hang on. Performance shop. Wheel rail. Okay, that's a standard part, standard part, standard part. So I think it's just the throttle. Yeah, okay. Let's head over to the regular shop here, get our clutch release bearing. 10 camshaft caps. Boom. And a couple of cam gears, just for good measure. Cam gear on. Get the throttle since we're in the neighborhood. Oh, it just drops in. I thought I had the bolts to put on, but I guess not. Nice. Okie dokie. Manifold cover. And that's a massive flippin' timing chain. Doubt that's a performance part, so we'll just... Dude, that timing chain looks like it belongs at a concert. Like around somebody's neck, you know, it's like a piece of jewelry or something. Massive. Might be a bit heavy though. Okay, so it's the head covers. Timing cover B. The timing cover B. Anything else? Because it looks like we're getting pretty close here. Okay, this all looks like standard parts. I think we're okay. Fuck, I forgot I need 2 of these. Okay, timing gear. There we go. You put on. Anything else? Looks like we have one part, but oh yeah, timing gear. Timing cover, intercooler set, one coil pack, a coil pack. Cause that's all intercooler in it. Okay. That's a massive party. Okay. Pretty sure at least one of these is a performance part. And, oh, too far. Timing cover on there, and then we can probably start putting the belts and other stuff on there. Yep, okay. For A, cover B for the intercooler. Water pump, crankshaft pulley, and an idle roller. Okay. Idle roller B just to round things off. Right, we'll catch those in the next level, or the next round rather. So that's everything off there, and I think everything in the back of the engine is good to go. We're just down to putting everything for the pulleys together. Oh, screwed up, only bought one. Need two. Okay. Probably need a belt tensioner. Okay, assume it's that one. If it's not, we'll come back and buy the right one. I guess that was the right one. Looks like something's supposed to go there. I don't have any extra parts, and nothing's showing up under assembly mode. I think maybe we're done. Right, okay. It's one gnarly looking engine. Okay. Let's get you off the stand. There we go. We're going to drop this back in. All shiny and new. Okie dokie. Get that on there in just a second. Just want to get the gearbox put back on. We'll leave the rest of the Oh, hang on. We could just go ahead and throw the starter back on too. There we go. I'll leave the wheels off and the drive shafts out until we get the rear suspension put back together. Before we do that, we're going to work our way through the front compartment so that we can make sure we get all the fluids put in there. In there. Okay, take the housing out. Reservoirs out. ECU, servo. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. I'd imagine the fuse box is probably somewhere behind the where the battery's at. Means it's probably right there. Okay, that got most of it. Who didn't get fixed? You, and you. Okay. Easily replaced. Reservoir. Other reservoir. Yeah, the other one's in electrical. Nope, it said electrical. There we go. U type A. U. Get the forbidden milkshake, aka the brake fluid, in there. So that should be everybody here. We'll have to get the fuel tanks from underneath. This compartment's done. That fuel tank. That. Wait, hang on. Wrong place, senor. Okay. Fuel tank C, tank B, and fuel pump. Get the fuel tanks from here because none of those are performance parts. Okay, good to go. And this is a bog standard fuel pump for this, so let's reassemble. You need anything here? Negative. Okay. Alright, so fuel system's done. So now, should be able to focus our attention back here. Let me bring this back down to earth for a moment. I want to take care of the battery, fuse box, and the power steering, and the air. Basically, the excuse me, air filters. Over A. Rip all this out. We might be able to repair the fuse box itself, but not the fuses, so we'll try that. Failing that, we'll at least have them on the shopping list. Right, we need to do the ABS as well. And air filter 1, 2. Grab power steering while we're here. ABS module out. And the pump. I don't think we could take... Can't take the air intake off. That's apparently part of the body, I guess. Alright, let's fix what we can. Oh, we can fix it. Nice. I wasn't sure if we could fix the fuse boxes or not. Usually I just end up replacing them. Kick ass. Okay. So... everything here is already marked. So let's take a look here. So box base. Type C. So all the fuses are marked. Get the rest of that put in, and then we'll order. Hang on. Are we able to fix the reservoir? Okay, we weren't able to fix that, so we need to add that. We need a new battery, because that's not going to be fixable. Here, just fuses. We need both filters. Those can go. And I guess we'll just go ahead and sell everything else. That. And here. And we'll do electrical first. Battery. Use type C. 3. Type B's. 2 type A's. 4 type B relays. There we go. 3 type C relays. Type A. And the rest of this can be had the normal hauntings here. New performance air filters and a bog standard steering pump. Power steering pump. Right. Done. Okay. Focus on getting the fuse box put back together. That's interesting that it's vertically mounted. Wonder if it's like that in the real car. Alright, let's fill her up. Oh, that's the... Are you fucking kidding me? You have to take the bloody intercooler off just to get... Seriously? Ah, yes. Superior Italian engineering. No offense, but it seems like a smidge of a design issue there. But hey, that's just my opinion. Not like I'm getting sponsored anytime soon from anybody, so... Okay, so that's all the fluids. Battery, fuses, air intake, exhaust, all that stuff's done. Right. Still a pretty car, though. Even if some of the design choices are kind of like... I suppose they can only do so much with the limited space they have in these cars. So I can't knock them too much. I'm not a car designer, so... Trying not to sound like I'm backseating too much, but merely offering my opinion is all. My uneducated dumbass opinion. That came apart rather easy. Mount bearing. Mount with your hands up. There we go. Okie dokie. That's everything off the back end. Let's go see what we can fix up, shall we? Sorry if I'm not very talkative. I am trying to focus. That one lone brain cell's working overtime on this. Right. So where'd that leave us? What'd I forget? Healer? Anybody? Yes. I still don't think any of these are fixable. Yep, they aren't. You guessed the shock assembly. Yeah, you're right. You win all the internet points. Right. So that took care of some of the bigger items. Let's go shopping. Sell all the broken stuff that we couldn't fix. Just that easy. At least the list ain't very long. I'm gonna go through here and get everything we need. totally not going to forget the shock assemblies when I go to put all this back together. No. That would be dumb. Right. We could do this for the front too. I haven't used the battery charger. That's another thing I keep forgetting to use out here. That and the fact I could have used the brake lathe, but we could always do that for the front suspension. I think when you're dealing with these kind of cars, whether you brake lathe it or you buy it brand new, probably doesn't make a huge amount of difference. Other than the fact that you show that you went and bought the damn parts, or the tools rather, and actually use them once in a while. That's one of the ironies of like going through the whole thing, the motions of getting all of the tools in the game, like by doing all the story missions and early restorations that you do. I end up not even using the vast majority of the tools, except for maybe the drain tool. I mean, if I wanted to do like an immersion thing, I could probably actually use the multimeter and the compression tester and stuff like that, but I learned early on it was just easier just to start replacing stuff. AKA pretty much throw the parts cannon at something. Of course, most of the missions were pretty straightforward in that regard. It's like, oh, I'm having a clunking noise. Okay, that's probably suspension. Oh, the thing spits and sputters. Okay, there's probably something else going on here. Either your gearbox is, fucked, or, something along those lines. You start... Back up. Start seeing patterns after a while. Cool. It's one rebuilt rear suspension. Is that a... Okay. Alright, let's pull apart the front suspension. See where we're at on this. This whole time as we've been fixing this, I've been really tempted to look at the value numbers, but I kind of want to leave that to be a surprise for both me and you. I want to see what the end result is, because I don't even remember how much I paid for this car. I know it's way too damn much, but I want to see, like, just how much of a transformation that is. It's almost like a, not quite waiting for the present on Christmas kind of feeling, but damn near. I'm genuinely curious. And this side's done. Let's grab everything over here now. No, I want that. Get off there. There you go. See, I thought this was just going to be, a simpler time than this, but yeah, it's actually, doing about as much work with this as most of the other cars. Except in this case, we got lucky with the rear suspension. Only had most of the stuff was consumables that need to be replaced. Oh, gimme. There you go. Alright, let's see if we can get anywhere near as lucky with the front suspension. Very cool. Alright, let's see where that left us. Right, I did the same thing last time. Gosh darn it. Again, I don't think I'm in too much trouble here because these things aren't, the internal components on these aren't generally repairable. Yeah. Okay, we didn't do too terribly bad. Okay. Alright, let's get our last set of parts here. Okay. Better tie rods. Few shock caps. Few inner tie rods. Few shock absorbers. Sway bar. Bearings. 8 rubber bushings. Few vented brake discs. Some brake pads to match up with those. A couple of front springs. And 2 caps to round things off. Alright, one second here. I'll move some stuff around. Quick peek at something here. Sorry, I keep checking my mail for anything job related. Alright, get all this thrown together. Oh, but yeah. I am batting 1,000 today with this stuff. Come on. There we go. Game on. I knew I was going to do that. I mean, I had a hunch I was going to do that. over here to the other side. Alright. And you on there. Like forever cursed to like completely forget about those shock assemblies. I just like dive right into the reassembly and it's like, oh. I'm sure I'm not the only one that does that, but still. And there we go. 100% part quality. 100% everything else too. Very nice. All right, let's get this over to the alignment rack. Get the headlights and the... Oh. Get the headlights and the wheels squared away. Okay. Let's get her to the dyno shop. Oh, dude. Gull wing doors. How freaking fancy. Nope, nope, nope. Didn't want to inspect. We already know it's 100%. Alright, let's get this puppy to the dyno room. Finally going to be able to see how much power this thing's going to have. Yes, I want to proceed. So, already, damn. Already we're sitting at, just from the factory, 721 horsepower and 739 pound-feet of torque. She can shit and get. Let's see where we end up. If we don't get 1,000, I'll be very surprised. $1,315 horsepower, almost a 600 horsepower gain, 83%, just on that alone. 1,322 pound-feet of torque for a gain of 584, an 80% increase respectively. Man. This thing's going to be interesting when we get it on the speed track. Alright. Let's see how badly we can do at the speed track. Hope everybody's buckled up. Let's see how badly we can spin the tires on this thing. Okay. Here we go. Hear that wastegate? Pew! 210, 220. 228. Did you see how fast we got? I didn't even start counting until we went over 200. That's how fucking quick this thing is. I mean, this thing gets up to like 200 miles per hour before you can even sneeze. Yeah, she's maxing out at 228. Damn respectable. And this would actually make an interesting drag car. We might even be able to tune it if we wanted to keep it and use it for that, but I'm going to sell this thing. I got to start recouping some of my costs there because I spent a lot of money buying cars in the DLC, and I probably bought them way too early. I could have just probably bought them as I went along, but anyway, regardless. Let's look at the final numbers, shall we? Damn. So yeah, 132,000 is what I bought it for. You can see the condition bonus and the parts values, body value, all that stuff. 448,000. A profit of 316,000. Damn, I think this is the new record for this channel. I've come close to like, I think some of the Challenger or Charger knockoffs, I think I got them up to like $250,000. This thing beats them. We came within 50 grand of selling a $500,000 car. Ooh, that's not bad. I'm happy. Okay. Move some stuff around. So this is just the Pagani Huayra. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that wrong. The other was a Tempesta. This is just the, I don't know if it's a standard version or what, but probably more of the same. Only in this case, we're going to be replacing a lot of stuff because you can see this is missing a lot of parts. This one, on the other hand, is similar to the one we just did. That into bay 2. This is going to be similar to the one we just did in the sense that it's in somewhere around the 70-80% range. So it's going to be another one of those. We take it apart, we clean it, fix it up a little bit, replace a few parts, and slap it all back together. And I might keep the paint job on this. I don't know. We'll see. This is the Zonda Revolution. Third car in the series. Or in the DLC. And then we have our filler car. In the real world, this would be a Stingray. And here is a Bolt Retilia. Original Bolt Retilia. No, there's other ones in this. There's others with that reptilian name, but this is kind of like the granddaddy to all of them. Kind of. We're going to move that over to second position outside. That's going to come that's going to be the episode after we do the last of the Pagani. And then, kind of give you guys a further preview, we're going to go over to the parking area and pull out the first of the Aston Martins. I'll wash it and clean it before we, or wash it and detail it before we start working on it. But this is the Bond car. It was a junkyard find. Let's move you there. I always like to leave that spot as scratch space for when we work on the current vehicle. So there you have it. We have, like I said, the last two cars in the Pagani series in the garage. We're going to be doing those in the next couple of episodes. We do the Stingray. That's kind of like a filler thing between DLC. And then we're going to go right on into the Aston Martin series. I think there's like that and 3 other cars. So 4 cars altogether in that one. And then it's off to Porsche Land and Land Rover, Mercedes. And then we'll go find something else to work on because there's plenty of DLCs to be had. We haven't even touched like the Nissan stuff yet. Or any of the some of the Asian car brands. We haven't touched any of those yet. So plenty more content where that came from. With that, I want to thank everybody for watching. And this was a particularly fun episode to do. This is probably, like I said, this is probably the most expensive car we've ever restored. And we've made a ton of cash. As you can see, we passed over the $1 million mark in just one car with this DLC. So I'm hoping to be able to do something similar with this car and that car. We're going to do that in the future. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see everybody in the next episode. Take care.